I am super excited for today. We're going to go ahead and bring it over to our main commentary screen. Welcome, everybody, to the grandpaskitchen.com Last Man Standing race here at Sebring. We are just finishing up practice and getting ready to go racing. My name is Punju, otherwise known as Eli. Whichever one you prefer to call me is what I will go by. And I am super excited to see how tonight goes. It's time to ban Morgan, is what cousin Tyler says. You know, Tyler, after last week, we ended up actually doing a PC check of Tyler, and it turns out his PC is totally fine. Honestly, I was pretty surprised about that, but it looked like his PC was fine. We're gonna go on the cameras of the drivers today as they warm up their tires to get ready to go qualifying. Look at them, they're only about a third of the way through. We're gonna go ahead and go on the standings for this season's race, for this season so far. For the sake of the league, man. That's so funny, Tyler. Let's go to vote. We obviously know who you're rooting for. What's going on, Dido? Hey, Dido, check out the standings here for the league right now. Our standings right now for the league, we've got, obviously, Morgan Teggy up in front. You know, nobody's too surprised about that. Julian Lockwood sitting in at second. Morgan Teggy winning last week's race by a mile, may I also say. He absolutely dominated last week, and I'm sure he's trying to do the exact same thing today. Michael Mooney sitting in third. Mr. Consistent just doesn't miss a race, and that's why he's sitting up in third. Didn't quite have the race he wanted last week, but he is still up in third, holding it down. Sitting in fourth place, we do have Mr. Williams, Sean Williams, who is racing tonight the number 6 car. Obviously wishing for a good race for him. No wins yet on his record. We'd like to change that today. Todd Schwartz, the number 5 spot, racing the car 420. That is our top 5 that we've got. We're going to go ahead and get off the standings. Go check out some racings. Our first person to go set a qualifying lap will be Miss Julian Lockwood. Julian sitting up in front. Notice how that actually the tight packed crowd will play a little bit of an interesting play today. Now, one thing I do want to mention to you guys before we kind of really get deep into the world of commentary today is this is April, and April is Autism Awareness Month. As you see, the Autism Speaks car in second place. I want to say that is, which car is that? The number 14 car. It's the car right in front of the 14 car. A little bit hard to see. It is the number 6 car. Yes, that's what I thought. It was Mr. Sean Williams. Sean Williams rocking our Autism Awareness car. Everybody remember that this is Autism Awareness Month here in April. It is an unfortunate thing that, not everybody really understands, A, what it's like to be on the spectrum, and B, what that looks like. And so this is a really good opportunity to learn about it this month. Lots of organizations that are accepting donations to help educate the population. It's a really good time to do something about it for the world. Dido, I know, man. It's a tough race for you. Definitely a tough race. Well, hey, we're going to go ahead and go on car number... I'm going to go on car number 14. I want to go check out Brandon Dooley. Brandon Dooley had a pretty solid race last week. If I recall correctly, he did bring it home in second place, right behind Morgan Teggy, but it was a pretty big gap between him and Morgan Teggy, as they are now rounding the last corner to start their second hot lap. A couple hot lap times will start coming in. Here it is. Julian Lockwood, Sean Williams, Brandon Dooley right now up on top of the hot laps. Ron Giovo, who I pronounced wrong the entire time last week. It's pronounced Ron Giovo, not Giovo. Ron Giovo sitting in fourth right now with 0.8 of a second between him and first. There goes Adam Novotny now barely squeaking it out in front of Brandon Dooley. Let's check out what Brandon Dooley's got in the cockpit. This is a pretty tough track. I will say the bumps of Sebring are pretty brutal. Here goes braking hard, and he misses the spot. Oh my gosh, what happened to him? Whoa, what just happened? to Brandon Dooley. He just decided to go and smack it into the wall. Hey, Mr. Kaz. Thank you so much for the follow. And we've got another Team Adam man. Look at that. That's funny. I want to go ahead and put it on the 276 car. Mr. David Burgess. Now, like I said tonight, guys, we do have 14 drivers. Oh, no, I'm seeing 16 drivers registered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16 drivers registered tonight. We're going to have so much more intensity on track. You look at that track map at the bottom left. It already looks significantly more crowded than it did last week. Beautiful liveries. Everybody rocking their teams. Look at this Coca-Cola car of Mr. David Burgess coming around the line. Let's see what he can do on his first hot lap. Alan Toast asks, who's the GOAT on this track? The GOAT is none other than Morgan Teggy. Teggy number 7. We're going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and put it on GOAT cam right now so you guys can see. This is the GOAT. The one that we should all be looking out for, Mr. Morgan Teggy. 15 races competed in this season, 12 of them won so far. Morgan Teggy, legit motorsports experiences out in the world of racing. He is absolutely incredible, and there is actually a bounty on his head. Cousin Tyler says it's $50 to take him out. That is not the case, but it is either an engraved trophy by one of our awesome sponsors, Stair Fittings Incorporated, who will engrave a trophy for you if you beat him fair and square on track, or, if I recall correctly, the other prize is $15 bounty on his head, I want to say, to beat him. Dido says, I got a screenshot. The actual standings. Oh, nice, Dido. Smart. Very smart. Here he goes. Right in the last corner. Nice and tidy, using all bits of track. Let's see where he stands after his first hot lap. Probably up in first. Actually wasn't even a hot lap yet. Oh, nope, not a hot lap yet. So here he is on his first hot lap. Let's go on gyro cam and check out exactly what his telemetry looks like. Look at how much of the track he uses. He makes it look effortless. This sector of the track is honestly pretty tough, if you ask me. Turn 5 right there is pretty tough as we're going down to turn 6, the Big Bend. The Big Bend, not obviously a hard track or hard turn, but turn 7 here at the hairpin, dropping it all the way. Let's see if he goes down into first. He does. All into first gear for the hairpin. This next sector of corners is called Fangio. Really, corner 9 right here. This lefter, this slow left right there. That is turn 9, Fangio. Going around to another hairpin almost for turn 10, down into second gear. Very, very slow and hard power out right here. It's very easy to kick the back end, but it keeps it nice and clean into Collier. And turn 12 to turn 13. 17 corners on this track. 3.6 miles, an average track lap time of 1 minute and 57 seconds. So right now, Novotny is in a pretty solid spot. To give you an idea of just how slow I am, I couldn't get it under 2. So that means there's a lot to gain on this track beyond what I personally was able to do, and I will show you the hot lap at the very end of qualifying. Hola, ¿cómo está, Mr. Chaos? How you doing? We do have our cousin Tyler rooting for Adam Novotny, as always. We're going to go on Novotny cam as soon as we see Mr. Teggy cross the line. Look at him just keeping it tight and dialed. The YouTube car, Cleveland Beamer, blasting across the finish line. Does he set it on pole? He does, by 0.7 of a second out of 156.98. That is a pretty respectable time, if you ask me. Wow, that is... Wow, it's pretty good. And it's good timing, because now it's time to go check out Adam Novotny, who's just set another qualifying time. 0.2 faster than what he had previously. Look at him go. Right now, Ron Giovo has the most points for who we came to root for, which means I feel like we should go on Ron Cam. Rock the number 84. Here he is in the yellow and red BMW. Absolutely beautiful livery he's got coming down the final straight, otherwise known as the Moulin Straight, if I recall correctly. The Ullman Street, excuse me. Ullman Straight. Segrified says, let's go, Ron. Yes, let's go, Ron. Let's see what he's got as he comes in to the final corner. Just about to start another hot lap for himself. See if he's happy with this first one. That's a 1:58.8. Much slower than I think he knows he's got. 1.6 seconds off the pace. A pole position at a 1:56.9, and he decides time to go to the pits and regroup. We're following number 145, the Ferrari of Julian Lockwood. Let's check out the cars that everybody is driving tonight. Number 5, Mr. Tyler Greger in the Chevrolet Corvette C8. Number 6, Sean Williams in the Ferrari. Number 7, Morgan Teggy in the BMW. Number 8, Troy Banks in the Porsche 911 RSR. Number 14, Mr. Brandon Dooley in the BMW. Number 16, me, not racing. Number 30, Brett Elder in the Porsche. Number 48, Joe Fierro, who had a beautiful battle with Brandon Dooley last week in the Chevrolet. Number 51, Mr. Paul Bilson in the BMW. Number 84, Ron Giovo in the BMW. Number 86, Jeff White in the Chevrolet. Number 88, Michael Mooney in the Chevrolet. Number 145, Julian Lockwood in the Ferrari. 276 BMW for David Burgess. 326, the fan favorite Adam Novotny in the Ferrari. And number 420, Todd Schwartz, right out the back in the BMW. Our order, as you see on the left side of the screen, is Morgan Teggy on pole, Adam Novotny in second place. Brandon Dooley and Julian Lockwood making up the second row. Troy Banks, Sean Williams, the third row. Ron Giovo, David Burgess in the fourth row. Joe Fierro, Tyler Greger rounding out the top 10. But Elder, Michael Mooney, Jeff Wyatt, and Todd Schwartz, respectively, in that order, making up 11th through 14th. With, it looks like, one person not to qualify, and I can't tell who it was. Who did not qualify. It's 276. Oh, no, it's not David Burgess. He's just rolling on the track. Having a grandiose old time. There he goes. Everybody, let's go check out a little hot lap so you guys can see exactly what it's supposed to look like when you are on track. Boom. Here's a hot lap so we can check out what it actually looks like to be here in Sebring. Very tough course. The home of bumps here in America. Sebring, 3.6 miles of chaos. Turn 1, just right here, is a sweeping left-hander with a dab of brakes halfway through. You got to kind of feather it through. A little bit interesting into turn 2, turn 3. Tight corners back to back right there. Turn 4 and turn 5 are also back to back. That left-hander at turn 5 is very tight. You got to keep it really tight in turn 6 as the big bend winding you up for a hard braking all the way down into first gear for the hairpin turn number 7. You see the cones, you brake basically at that first set of cones on the left side of you, and there you go into turn number 7. Turn 8 technically doesn't happen until, it's really interesting, that kink is in turn 8. It's this kink that's turn 8, which then brings you over to the left-hander turn 9, otherwise known as Fangio, into a hard braking zone down into second gear if you do it right for turn 10. Turn 10 rounds out to a wide left-hander, basically a double corner known as Collier, which then moves into a kink turn 12 right there, and a hard braking for turn 13, a 90-degree right-hander in the middle of the track. Turn 14 comes long after a long straight. It is known as Bishop right here, this little awkward sector right there. As we're braking hard into turn 15, that right-hander, it sweeps out to another left-hander, and then a right-hander right here known as Le Mans, turn number 16, right before the Ullman Straight. It's very long straight. You hit near top speed, speeds about 155 miles an hour in cars like this. Absolutely gunning it to a right-hander, turn 17, the Sunset Bend, on the brakes, but feathering off. It's like a trail breaker. It's pretty tough to actually hit that one just right. But if you do, you're rewarded with some serious time and a great lap around Sebring. You guys ready to go racing? All the drivers are finishing their setups. Getting about ready to go racing. Paul Bilson, number 16. Is he on track? I can't even tell. I don't think he is. He's not, no. Paul Bilson and myself not on track, obviously. Me, no way I could be on track. All the way up here. What's up, Snowman? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. We got the formation lap. 1 to green, all the drivers in a double file line following. Let's see, number 420 car. I love the 420 car. Todd Schwartz looks great. And is that number 51, Paul Bilson? Yeah! Paul Bilson in the back, failing to qualify, but still looking absolutely beautiful. Let's get racing, everybody. Hope you guys are excited. I'm very excited. We're going to have a ton of fun here at Sebring. We're going to go on, obviously, our pole sitter, Mr. Morgan Teggy, as he comes around the final corner. Getting ready to go racing. Look at all these drivers. They're lining up safety cars in. Morgan Teggy about to start the grid. Green flag is out, and he is racing. We already have a car pulling out from the outside. That is the red and yellow car of, I want to say, Ron Giovo. Let's check out. Was that Ron Giovo that already made the move? I'm not exactly sure. It was Ron Giovo. Oh, there's a big spin on the back. Was that a Porsche? I think it was. Oh, the Porsche number 8, Troy Banks, has spun big time, and he's already in the pits. Unfortunate for him. He had to take a tow. He will be sitting there for a long time. Go back on Giovo cam. Giovo already making up a bit of a position. He started in 7th. Where's he at now? It looks like he's in. Is he in 5th? He made up 2 positions on that start. Now he got a Corvette. On the inside of Giovo, number 48. There goes Joe Fierro. What a dive on Ron Giovo. Made it stick pretty easily, if you ask me. Ooh, there's Ron Giovo off track, actually. Taking a bit of a creative line, but losing multiple positions. Touching grass, not exactly what this race car was designed to do. It is not a rally car. It's a BMW GTE car. The other driver's kind of glitching out a little bit behind him. Interesting start so far for Ron Giovo and for the rest of the grid. Unfortunate for number 8. Troy taking a huge spin at the beginning, and Ron making up a bunch of positions, then losing them. Now we've got a Corvette making down the inside. Whose Corvette is that? I can't even see it. Wow. So far, some pretty solid racing. Oops. Beautiful. I'm quite impressed. I'm gonna go back on Teggy cam. Teggy already pulling out a pretty significant lead. Dude, he's incredible, Snowman. Morgan Teggy, absolutely the favorite to win tonight. Look at how big that lead is. This front pack is Morgan Teggy down to number 48. Number 48, Joe Fierro, making up quite a few positions at the start, starting in 9th. And now he's all the way up to 5th. Incredible. For Joe Fierro. Joe Fierro, another really good driver. Relatively underrated. Him and Brandon Dooley, like I said, last Tuesday had an incredibly good battle with each other. It was super fun to watch. But now Joe Fierro is on the back of Julian Lockwood, sniffing tailpipes. He knows he can get past that Ferrari pretty soon, but he's gonna have to put some power down. Cut to Tyler. Good point. We do have our boy Adam Novotny sitting up in 2nd. Good race so far from him. Beautiful Ace Ventura Pet Detective livery that he made in the paint shop. Absolutely gorgeous. That's quite something. Always got to be ready for some energy drinks. Novotny definitely holding off Brandon Dooley pretty well. Novotny last week had a pretty tough race. He started out very strong, and it just kind of unfortunately devolved as the race went on. And not at all what he wanted to have as a race. And now he's going to try to make up for it by having a significantly better race. And so far, it's looking good. Number 88, Michael Mooney. Let's see how he's doing in back middle of the pack. Michael Mooney, another one of the fan favorites. Everybody loves the Moondog. Mooney, one of our stewards within the league, and Another admin. He's just a good person all around. Coming around turn 12. Sorry, turn 15. About here to 16 for Le Mans, down to the Ullman Straight. This 3.5 miles taking 2 minutes and 3 seconds does mean that they are averaging a pretty impressive time, pretty impressive speed across this track. Yeah, Snowman, you're right. It does. Everybody go check out grandpaskitchen.com as we watch Michael Mooney go around the outside of the BMW. That was an incredibly good pass on 276. David Burgess had no idea. Got snapped on right there. Now David Burgess is bringing it back around the outside of Michael Mooney. What can he do? Coming down to turn 1. Interesting corner to overtake, but can he get stuck? I think he cannot, actually. Michael Mooney ends up on top of that. Funny, I'm not sure. I actually might have accidentally disabled that command. I'm going to have to re-enable it. Troy Banks has decided to retire entirely. He is out. Very unfortunate for Mr. Banks. We're going to go back on our race leader, number 7, Mr. Morgantegui, as we can see him pulling out a gap on Adam Novotny by 2.5 seconds now. That's a big gap that he's already got. Wow. Wow. Our close battle is Sean Williams. Look at him. Just barely holding off Tyler Gregor, number 5. Sean Williams with, I would argue, probably the prettiest livery we've got today in that beautiful Oxygen Speaks livery, repping an amazing cause. Funny, buddy, I'm not sure. Let's see. I may have just deactivated it. I'll have to reactivate it in a second. I don't want to miss any action, though. So I've got to make sure I can do both at the same time, if you know what I mean. So far, I would say this race has started off relatively uneventful in the way of, you know, catastrophic events, which is obviously not what we want to see. But we do see some good action out of Ron Giovo, Paul Bilson, right behind these two. Look at them. There's that big train of cars started out by Sean Williams all the way down to Paul Bilson. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful view of Sebring International Raceway. Just looks gorgeous. Little packs of 2 here and there. You notice it's a 2, a 2, a 2. Another pack of 2 right there. There they go. Battling down the start-finish straight. Very close for the 2. Julian Lockwood looks like has made up a position, actually. He's hammering down turn 1. Does he have somebody on the inside of him? Not quite. He looks like he's pretty free and clear. He's doing pretty good. Julian Lockwood beating out the Coca-Cola car of David Burgess. Another really pretty livery. I'm amazed by the liveries that everybody has built here. I think they've made some gorgeous liveries. It's super cool to look at all of them. We're gonna make sure that we have a thing on custom. Weird, it's not even on there. That's odd. Exclamation mark LMS would be the one that you want to check out then. Let's go see what the 51 car is up to right now. Looks like he's on a pretty tight battle. You can see him right up on the back of Ron Giovo. Giovo in a bit of trouble as of right now. I don't know, man. Guy was driving pretty well, but from the start he had to make up 2 positions to losing a bunch more, and now kind of back to basically where he started. Very interesting race so far from Giovo. He is a fan favorite. He's one of the league admins, the man who invited me personally, so I'm partial to say he's a great guy. I really think he is. What I do want to see, though, if you notice, look at Mr. Burgess is right up on the back of him, too. Bilson takes a very wide line around Giovo. Could not make it stick. Now he still has to hold it behind. Ooh, now it's a little bit better of an exit, though. Are we going to see him go down the inside? Up turn 1, is he going to make the dive? I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to, but he's catching the draft like crazy. Oh, he pokes his nose. He's got his nose there, but it's not enough. He braked much too hard, and Giovo had a way better line out of there. Exit-wise, Giovo also on top. Not able to make the move stick for Paul Bilson. Let's look at Morgan just absolutely dominating this race so far. 2 seconds already in front of the second placer, Adam Novotny, who is also relatively clear. Like, he's not clear by any means, you know, like totally clear. But if you do notice, he has a pretty good amount of gap between the next person. He's got, like, you know, an extra second or so. Pretty impressive. But Brandon Dooley isn't letting up. Brandon Dooley is not one to ever really let up. In that green and black BMW. It is so pretty of a car, is it not? Cousin Tyler, that is correct. Adam Novotny is looking pretty strong so far. I'm quite impressed. Debo, how are you doing today? Now that we are 27 laps in, or about 27 laps to go, about 50 minutes left, I think it's about time for us to roll up a dad joke and give you guys an extra little piece of fun. Let me bring to these streams. Go and check out Teggy Cam. I'm freaking clear. Not even worried. Hold up. Hold up. Do I see Brandon Dooley about to try to make a pass? Oh, we do. Before we get a dad joke, let's see if Brandon Dooley can make the stick on Adam Novotny. He dives in way harder. Novotny taking the outside line, trying to go for the aspect of speed. But I don't think it's going to work out for him. I think that's Brandon Dooley free of Adam Novotny. Now, who's going to get the better run out of turn one? Covering off the lines is Brandon Dooley. Can Novotny come back and bite back? I don't think he can. I think that was done and dusted from Brandon Dooley. What a move from him. Obviously, Novotny fans are very sad. Cousin Tyler is upset. But I can't be upset about good racing, and that was just clean. It was respectful from both parties. It was a great move by any means necessary, or by anyone's standards. Very nice. We're here at number 30, Mr. Brett Elder. Looks good, man. I love these Porsches. Look at that beautiful teeth. Teeth livery on the front of the car. He's chasing down Todd Schwartz. They're pretty far back, if you notice. You can see them in the bottom left corner there, the pink dot. Whatever camera we're on, by the way, is the pink dot in the bottom left corner. So if you see 30 and 420 are pretty far down, but Todd Schwartz and Brett Elder definitely, just because they're far down doesn't mean that they're not having a heck of a battle. And it is gorgeous. I do want to ask a very important question. For Ask Out 5. It's because he was too squared. Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Let's go back on Novotny Cam. I want to see what Novotny's got going on up here. Is he catching up or getting caught up? It looks like he's actually getting caught up by Joe Fierro. Is Fierro gonna try to make a move on the inside of Adam Novotny as they're coming down the Ullman Straight? Nah, the Corvette, he stays out of it. Doesn't go for the dive. I think that was probably smart. Ooh, hold on, but he may have gotten a better run through turn one. Let's see. Adam Novotny does not look nearly as comfortable through there. I'm not sure if he's going to have this by the end of the straight. He will, actually. But it was close. It was very close. Novotny, got to be careful through that sector. Turn one, definitely not. Ooh, really wide line for Novotny. Is that done? I don't know. That's Novotny back. Novotny has lost the position after going very wide through turn three. Oh, no. You absolutely hate to see that. That is not fun. Let's go see what Ron Giovo's got. Here, the little pack of four. This is some good racing today. I am very happy to see how it's gone so far. 14 still in it, one out. Troy Banks on turn one, lap one. Absolute heartbreak for Troy Banks. You don't like seeing that by any means necessary. David Burgess, the 276 car. Look at him. Right up on the back of the Ferrari. He's stiffing. He knows he can get past Lockwood with just one good move. He'll have it, but he's losing position. He's losing time on that hairpin pretty hard. Cousin Tyler does want Novotny to focus up, and I do too. We love Adam Novotny over here. It's just tough, man. He did lose that position pretty fair and square after making a pretty fatal mistake. They're charging down through turns 15 right here, getting ready for Le Mans. I'm looking at this train of four from the perspective of David Burgess, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, you know, he probably almost kind of wants Julian Lockwood to get a little bit farther up and get entangled in the mess. Right now, Lockwood's pulling a draft off of Gaibo, who's pulling a draft off of Bilson, and it's kind of hard for Burgess at the back to really make anything happen. The only person with real opportunity is Gaibo at this current moment, just based off of drafting and such, and Gaibo's got to make sure he stays up on the back of Bilson before any long straight to be able to even have a shot of catching that draft and making it work for him. Now, number 5 and number 6 are tight in a battle. Let's see what Tyler Gregor can do as we're going through the middle of sector 1, right on the end of it, about to start up sector 2. Went down through turn 6, Big Bend. Lord Sam Henry says, Adam, 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 Adam. We got some Adam fans back forever and ever. You guys, I love how much y'all love Adam. It makes me so happy. It's the best part. The quiet car, the Chevrolet, does have a nice shift sound though. If you ask me, the Corvette does. Oh, was that action? A potential dive from Gaibo. Does Gaibo make it stick? No, he didn't. He just took some inside lines right there. It looked like he was trying for it, but he didn't quite get it. I thought he may have gone for it, but he decided not to. Adam Novotny is now kind of in a spot of his own, not really racing anybody anymore. If you can see from his point of view, look at how far the next car is. Joe Fierro looks like he's kind of disappearing in the distance. It's looking like a Novotny versus Novotny race today. Really no other enemy besides himself. But we do have some enemies back here, though. Group of 4. That's Ron Giovo. Potentially getting the overtake on Paul Bilson. Bilson in the BMW on the right. Giovo on the BMW on the left. The yellow and red in Giovo. And Giovo dives in it. And the red BMW of Bilson's losing positions. 2 positions now. The Ferrari gets in front of them. Can Burgess also get in front of him? Burgess not able to. That's 2 positions lost for Bilson. A position gained for Giovo and Lockwood. Wow, that was a good move. Wow, that was pretty good. Speaking of Morgan being clear, let's check out Morgan just having a race of his own. I don't really think Morgan minds being by himself. Look at this gigantic gap he's made for himself. You look down the bottom left, the green car is Morgan Teggy. Bottom left, number 7. Look at the track map. Look at how close, or look at how far, I'm sorry, Brandon Dooley is from him. It is a monstrous gap. Almost. Wow. That is huge. He's just dominating today. Ooh, a little bit of kerfuffle. Bilson trying to make a move, actually, to get in front, but he couldn't quite do it. Oh, is that him? There's Bilson down the inside. Did he end up in front? He did. Still there, but he didn't end up making it past Giovo. Oh, that's a spun out Ferrari. Is that Julian Lockwood? That's Julian Lockwood. What the heck happened to Lockwood? We're going to go on the gyro cam of Julian Lockwood and watch this replay right here. What happened to Lockwood? He's just losing time. As you can see here, just losing time. Losing time, not looking clean or confident. Comes around here braking very hard for turn 10. And he gets hit on the inside, actually. We need to check this out right here. Was that Paul Bilson? I think it was. That's Paul Bilson down the inside. Not braking hard enough, and that's a tap. And that is what happened to Julian Lockwood. Hits the barriers. Ooh, that damages the car pretty good. That's unfortunate. Very tough. Is he going to go dive into the pits? You know, if I'm Julian, I'd be thinking about it. Yep, there he goes. He's in it. Now let's see if Paul Bilson incurred any sort of damage. I don't think so, but he is under pressure from Burgess. Ron Giovo, though, where did he lose all this time? Guy was getting pressured. We're gonna go check this out. The league has done a thorough investigation of his setup. That's funny. What happened to Ron Giovo? Oh. Uh-oh. So we're on Giovo cam. Now, was this a mistake on his own? Interesting. Interesting. Goes wide. Oh, he gets very wide and he gets squirrely. That's what happened to Giovo. He does manage to just barely tap the wall. That's why he's lost all that time in so many positions. He's down 2 positions from where he started. Now he's got Jeff Wyatt pressuring him in the Corvette. As Burgess and Bilson are still in a battle. Bilson right behind Burgess, actually. Bilson with the snakeskin type looking car. A really good way for you to tell who he is. And Burgess in the Coca-Cola. That was some interesting moments between those guys. Very interesting. Very interesting. Battles on check right now. We've got Sean Williams and Tyler Greger are not giving it up. Right now, Tyler Greger is in front of Sean Williams. Looks like he may have made that pass recently. He made that pass within this lap. Let's see if he can continue this momentum, or is this going to be Sean Williams' recovery? Williams can. 40 minutes to go left of the race. Still 21 laps or so. Plenty of time for Sean Williams to get that position back. Is it going to happen, though? Who knows? I do want to say, obviously, Jeff Wyatt and Giovo are still going hard. Oh, it's actually Bilson has decided to put himself into the pits and get a little top up. Gotten a little bit of fuel right here. Waiting for his mechanics to finish splashing up some fuel for him. Drivers don't really need to pit for tires here. They're really just pitting for a fuel splash. Just to make sure they've got enough fuel to last them for the entirety of the race. Looking like a one stop for him, and Giovo now also making his stop too. Maybe Giovo is going to take the advantage of both some fuel and some repairs. That's probably what he's doing. Greger and Williams. Williams actually losing a lot of time to Tyler Greger. What is happening? Tyler Greger just kind of got clear and is now dominating. Black better term. He's absolutely killing it. What's going on, Venom? How we doing? The Audison Speaks car of Mr. Sean Williams. Hey, cousin Tyler. Thank you so much for tier 1. I appreciate that, man. It's very kind of you. Very, very kind of you, my friend. Don't worry. All proceeds will be going to Adam Novotny tonight. Assuming he wins, of course. If Adam Novotny wins, all proceeds from tonight's stream go straight to him. How about that? I'll get a Zelle for sure. Speaking of Adam Novotny, look at him kind of out in no man's land. Only shot for action is really pit stops working out in his favor. The grid is starting to spread out in the bottom left. As you guys can see, the track map, everyone is kind of spreading out. Sam Henry says done. I think that's fair, am I right? It's a pretty good idea. I'll twist the arm at Grandpa's Kitchen. We buy a couple bags of flour tonight, guys, and we might be able to get some prize money for Adam Novotny. How about that? I'm kidding. We probably... Oh, no! Speaking of Adam Novotny, that's Novotny making a fatal error on turn 2 and having to tow himself back. Oh, no! Novotny was doing great. He was kind of a no man's land, yes, but he was doing well, and now he's in the pits in repair. Oh, and it's a long, long tow back to the pits. So he's going to be waiting there for a long time. Oh, poor guy. Poor dude. We're going on Morgan Teg Cam. Still free and clear. Well, 8 seconds what it looks like ahead. It's incredible. It was a big crash, huh, Freddie? It was a big one. The race otherwise is going great. Luckily enough, not too many crazy crashes. There have been a couple. Ooh, Todd Schwartz not too far away from Brett Elder. Brett's definitely not out of it. Oh, it looks like number 51, Paul Bilson, is out. I wonder what happened to Bilson. I just saw him retiring. What happened to Bilson? Did he just decide to retire? I can't tell. Did he have an error? What happened? Nothing looks inherently wrong. He's looking like he's side to side battling. With Burgess, but I don't know why he retired. Very interesting. Like, look at him dive around that move, like right there. And it's not like he's got any damage or anything like that. Very interesting. I'm not exactly sure why he retired. He wasn't even losing that much time. Went into the pits and just decided to call it quits. Very, very weird. Very weird. We're going back in Giovo Cam as we get live eventually, everybody. You rewind it pretty far back. There it is. We're back on Giovo Cam. Mr. Ron Giovo. A couple seconds back from Julian Lockwood, number 145 in the Ferrari. Definitely some work to do. Tyler Gregory is also out. What happened to number 5? Does Tyler Gregory retire in the pits? Weird. He may have just timed out. It looks like he just disappeared off the track. Huh. That's odd. Very odd. Very, very, very odd. Don't know if it's on the message. Just got P3 against 110 AI and a Brian GP. Oh, nice, dude. That's cool. Morgan got them kicked, says Sam Henry. That's funny. No, Morgan is clean as a whistle. If only he wasn't, it would mean that it wasn't just him being absolutely dominatingly impressive, but he is just that darn good. Run number 6, Mr. Sean Williams, being pressured by Corvette of Michael Mooney. The disappearing and reappearing Corvette of Michael Mooney. Venom wants to hear a fun fact about me. Fun fact about me.
Hey, Brandon, slow down a little bit so I can catch up.
Theo asking Brandon to slow down a little bit, if you can hear that radio right there. A fun fact about me. Let's see. I've been out of the country 4 times. 3 times. Only 3 times. And each one was to a different continent. Fun fact. Freddie, you say you're confused on how this works. Are you wondering, like what questions do you have? Well, that could definitely answer some questions for you. The cars we race is the GTE cars. You'll oftentimes see cars like this in IMSA series, Mission Pilot Cup series, stuff like that. Right now, obviously, it's whoever gets to the line first wins, just like any other race. Yeah. They do have a fuel stop they have to make. Only 1 fuel stop throughout the race. And yeah. Is it endurance or laps? So it's actually a timed race, technically. So however many laps get fit into a certain amount of time, tonight's race was, I want to say 60 minutes, a full hour's worth of racing. And so tonight's race, it's basically how many laps can you fit within 60 minutes worth of time. And as of right now, we are fitting about 30 laps into 60 minutes, a little bit more than that. So I want to say it was maybe 70 minutes of a race. If it was one of the two, 60 or 70. And it's whoever ends up in the line, first wins. Simple as that. Venom, I went to Israel. I went to India. And then I've also been to Mexico. 3 different continents. Fun fact. Novotny is out. What? When? Hold on. When did Adam Novotny go out? Oh, that's a spin for Novotny. What happened? We're going on gyro cam for Novotny. Oh, he gets a little squirrely here. Oh, no. This looks like it's turn 14. Oh, this is tough. 14 and then braking hard. Oh, awkward, and there he goes. Le Mans took him out, and it's a pretty big crash, actually. And he's towed himself back to the pits. And I think he just realized how long his pit stop was going to be, and he decided to call it there. Very unfortunate race for Adam Novotny. That's tough. That's super tough, man. Man, you hate seeing stuff like that. I want to go back to live. Yeah, Freddie, no problem. Of course. Happy to clear it up. The only battle I see right now going on is Todd Schwartz, Julian Lockwood. Look at Schwartz on the defense. He's going to be sweating as he's got Julian Lockwood breathing down his neck. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Oh, it's a little bit of a contact. Julian Lockwood looked like he incurred some damage to the front right of his car. Not going to be happy about that. And Todd Schwartz. Oh. The 420 car does not have to yield the position, but Julian Lockwood may be getting a little bit too aggressive around those corners. And overtaking and maybe a non-smart way for him. Very unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate. You see it. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and actually chill on Brandon Dooley, as he is doing his best to catch up. Or sorry, Joe Fierro is doing his best to catch up to Brandon Dooley. He wants him. As I said last week, they fought pretty hard, and it went down to the very final corner last week of the final lap. But it ended up not being a win for Joe Fierro. It ended up being a win for Brandon Dooley in that regards. Brandon Dooley squeaking out second place, and Joe Fierro ended up being third. Looks like he's got some fresh fuel, and he is ready to go. Let's see if Joe Fierro can end up taking this position off of Brandon Dooley. He's got a pretty big distance to close. It's about 5 seconds. That is not easy by anybody's standard. So he's going to be in the struggle bus to go make it happen. I need to get a wheel and get back into GT Racing. Ace, I must agree, GT Racing is pretty fun. Sports car racing in general is just quite a blast, I will say. I'm the only person who's really on the back of any car is number 7. He's actually about to lap the first person. Number 30, Brett Elder, is in danger of being lapped right now in the Porsche. If I was to pick a car out of all these cars that looks the best, I'm going to give it to the Porsche. I think the Porsches do look phenomenal. Get it out as race cars with those gigantic wings. They look beautiful, but the BMWs look pretty dang good too. But if you look at that Porsche, just the design of the car is gorgeous. That's just perma ban. That was some loud moments. Weird cameras, iRacing. Interesting. Don't know why it says to do that. Oh, it's something you can never really fully control. Is exactly what iRacing decides to do with its cameras set it through its software, but it does some weird stuff. Number 7's now made it past number 30, and Morgan Teg is back on the attack to go and go even faster. 14:48, Joe Fierro and Brandon Dooley. Having now lapped the 420 car, Todd Schwartz. You know, this is looking like an interesting race so far. It looks like, I don't know, obviously our favorite of the race, Morgan Teggy, is probably going to win again. It's not guaranteed, though. But it's a pretty good shot, and Brandon Dooley has a good shot of holding down second for now. He does still have 30 minutes left of racing. He's not in, not in the clear yet. It's just in Adam's pedals were indeed sabotaged by more. Cousin Tyler chats, Adam's pedals were indeed sabotaged by Morgan. I suggest the league does another investigation into this matter. Unfortunately, Cousin Tyler, the league has already investigated Adam's pedals, and it looks like Adam just had a driver error. Morgan Teggy once again clear by the league. Morgan Teggy just that good. That's very funny, Tyler. That is very funny. I love the jokes. They're pretty good. I wish the stream could see these jokes, but I'll make sure to speak them out for you guys. Freddie asks, can I ask why people, in your words, hate Morgan? Nobody hates Morgan. No, nobody hates Morgan at all. Morgan is just very good. He is just very, very good. Morgan with years of motorsports experience from, street bike racing. He's done MotoGP stuff. He does, he's done, time attack, track days. He did a little bit of a track series that he raced in, actually, and he's just a darn good racer. Back by term. Sam Henry says, how much is he paying you? Morgan, tell you not paying me a dime. That'd be great, though. Hey, Morgan, if you want to. But no, Morgan just paying me in good racing. Really fun to watch. It's just amazing to see. Like, look at how he takes the hairpin turn 7. Absolutely gorgeous. His exit out of it is so clean. If we look at this, his best lap is a 157.8, and his last lap on like weird fuel wear and tire wear, he's still only a 1.5 seconds back from his best lap. Like, that is incredible consistency that cannot be understated as to how important that is for, great on-track performance, lap after lap, race after race. It's why he's leading this championship and why he has a bounty on his head. He's just that darn good. Just textbook every single time he goes down a corner. Ace, so is it? Yep, that's exactly right. That is exactly right, Ace. Except Drix has never actually raced in real life. Drix, for those of you guys that are watching the YouTube channel, is a member of a different Formula One league that I am a part of, and I commentate for him. He is an absolute animal. He's very fast. Oh, he's quick. Man, it makes me sad sometimes just to see how quick he is and see how slow I am. Go on, guy, though. I've got 3 seconds to make up on Julian Lockwood, and Julian Lockwood does not look like he's going super quick. He does still have damage on his car, but he's been driving with that ever since it happened. I don't know if he'll be able to hold this position. I think Guyvo's catching him. I think it's going to have about 5 more laps till he gets it, and then Guyvo's going to snap on him and take the position. It looks like Guyvo might be going a little slow. Nope, he's still going fine. Still looking just fine. Number 14, about to lap Brett Elder. And Joe Fierro has decided to pit. So it looks like Brandon Dooley has yet to pit. He'll probably be pitting pretty soon. Let's check for his lights inside of his car. If I recall correctly, those are his pit lights. Just kind of let you know, like, hey, does he need to pit? I could be wrong about that, but I'm just trying to do some pattern recognition. He's got 2 lights on there. I do honestly wonder, what are those lights? Do you guys notice, me not understanding everything about GTE cars, what are those lights on the side of the car? I'd love to know if anybody here in chat knows. I generally am not sure, but I've noticed that some of them have more than others. Like, if we go on Guyvo cam, how many lights does he have? Oh, 14 is really about to... Oh, Guyvo's actually out of lights. My dog makes funny noises in the back. There's number 14. Let's see if 14 can get past the Porsche number 30. Brake lights on the side of the car? The green lights on the side of the car? Couldn't be. Couldn't be. We're on Brad Dooley cam. Sitting in second place, 11 seconds down, pretty big gap. He will have to pit. So he's got to hope he has a quick pit stop when he does decide to go in. It looks like he actually might be doing it now. No, he doesn't. He just keeps it as a tight line. I feel like I genuinely thought he might right there. He decided not to. Fuel. I'm not going to trust those fuel numbers. Yeah. Their dashboard is not actually giving me accurate information. I was wondering, like, why is it saying 0 laps of fuel? Position lights. Thank you, Moondog. Thank you. I was wondering. Been wondering this whole time. Mooney, how you doing today so far, man? Mooney, can you help me out? I can't seem to drag people into the voice chat. Oh, Mooney, you actually brought yourself into the live booth. Hi there, Mooney. Hold on, Mooney, let me change the audio settings so I can hear you. 1 second. What's going on, Michael Mooney?
Can you hear me now?
I can. How you doing?
Terrible. I'm sitting in the pits with the busted car again.
I had a feeling that's what happened to you. I'm going to go ahead and check out your car.
You know,
Let's see just how busted it is. It's not that great looking.
I haven't had this kind of luck since,
Last week?
broadcaster started broadcasting. But, we're not blaming it actually on you.
I will say, of all the people that I've seen cast, I have a natural ability to have a caster's curse. I will honestly admit. It happens to me in every single series I do.
I can
feel bad.
I can confirm that Adam's pedals are up for sale because they've been damaged, and he's about to throw them out the window. So anyone make an offer. They have been damaged. They were not sabotaged. He's been having issues with them. I can confirm that 100%. I'm not buying them because I don't need busted pedals. I already have busted pedals.
Exactly. We don't want to make it any worse.
Yeah. Morgan is fast, and we have had in this league 3 guys that are that type of fast. Just run away and hide from us. We had one gentleman that taught us how to do Mid-Ohio while driving backwards. The car was going backwards. He was showing us laps. He could almost do it as fast backwards as forward.
Oh, my Lanza. Like, he would just flip around and he would... Wow, that's incredible.
Yes. Yeah, so we've had guys like Morgan. Morgan is real. There's no hack
he's
on
just
him.
raw. No, I sent some chats to him and I went back and forth with him after the last race and I was like, hey, like, what motorsports experience do you have? Because you drive different. Like, your style is distinct. It's unique. And he's like, oh, I've raced MotoGP. I've done some track racing. Like, I'm like, wow, he's got the juice. It's absolutely incredible how good he is.
Although I thought today with some of the practice times that there's a shot of him going down with tonight's race because there was 7 guys, within a second of him.
Yeah.
Lap time in practice. Thought there was a shot.
I think he was sandbagging.
Morgan's being Morgan again.
Yep, he is. And he was just sandbagging. He was just kind of making us hope a little bit. But the honest truth is, no one's going to get anywhere near him. This track getting all spread out like this. Has everybody already made their way through the pit stops? Unfortunately, there's no real way for me to tell if everybody's already made their way through.
I can actually tell you everyone has now made a pit stop.
Okay. So now it's just a matter of...
Lap 21, let me double check. No, Morgan has not, and Brandon has not, and David has not.
I was going to say...
have not done their... But they're running at the end of their fuel.
Yeah, I had a feeling because...
lap or 2 left.
I had a feeling. I was looking at Brandon, and I know he was only a couple seconds off from Joe Fierro. They were pretty close, and so for him to, have pit and still be 40 seconds up. Yep, there's Brandon in the pits right there. I was gonna say for him to, have pit and still be 40 seconds up would just be almost impossible. Speaking of which, I'm actually gonna pop it on Joe Fierro and see how he can do going around Le Mans. If it, in your opinion, what sector of this track is just the absolute hardest for you?
The hardest for me is through 3 through 5. And I've got the crew chief on in my ear, and he tells me that everyone's catching me and they're faster in coming out of turn 5. 3 through 5 are my worst. I'm better the last half of this track.
Oh, hey,
but
we've got some action.
What do we have?
Looks like Brandon Dooley's barely going to make out in front of Fierro. Oh.
Well, they're just going to fight some more like they did. They haven't had enough since Atlanta. So
I hope they do, because it's not too far off between the two of them. Interesting.
That's a couple good racers there.
Yeah, they're very good.
You could throw, with 4 seconds, everyone in practice underneath the same hat at 4 seconds apart. That's tight for 15 cars.
That is pretty. You're right. It is pretty tight. It's pretty good. I mean, so far I've been the most impressed overtake wise. Before he retired, I thought Paul Bilson was running a really great lap, a really great race.
Yeah, there was some contact between him and Julian.
Correct, and I think he decided to retire after that.
Yeah, there was actually going to be just a look. We do it for most all races and instances. Admin will go back and look and see if there's any fault if someone didn't do a drive-through. If you I'm not sure if you discussed it, but league rule is if you are passing the car, you have to make a clean pass, whether they're a lap down or on the same lap. If you turn them, wreck them, send them off the track, you have to do a drive-through. So they were discussing that and who was needing one, and then I do believe Paul pulled in, did a pit drive-through, and then called it shortly after that.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw him retire. He actually didn't even drive through. He just went straight into the pits, parked it, and decided to quit.
That's possible.
Yeah, when I watched the replay back, I was like, oh,
he doesn't have a point stake in it, but he's been with the league for a time, so he's just getting back into it.
Yeah, I mean, when he was putting the heat on that little group of 4 for the first few laps, oh, that was so fun to watch. They were going at it.
He's the top driver. He's not Morgan. We'll put Morgan class. He's the next class with Brandon, David, Joe, and Paul. They're all in like the same group there. Even Adam's in that group. We'll throw a little love for Novotny there. Not that he doesn't have enough fanfare already. You know.
Yeah, right.
Really, 15 people rooting for Novotny. Who's rooting for the real old guys of this league? Wyatt, Giovo.
Hey, actually, Giovo did win the poll today. Giovo was the favorite. He was, yeah. Speaking of which, he had a pretty cool overtake too earlier on in the race. But then, like, his start was so chaotic. Did you see that?
There was a lot of chaotic. I was trying to drive through and not hit stuff, so.
His was the most chaotic by far, because he started out, I want to say he qualified in 7th. Gained 2 positions off the bat because Troy spun out, and then kind of got lucky, I think, for 2 more. Then he went out onto the grass, lost 4 positions, then had like a phenomenal couple laps and gained 2 more back, and he was back up into 7th. I'm like, what is going on? It was going down and up and down and up.
Giovo is in a position because he was running the IndyCar in the first half of the GTE season that he's out here running for podiums. That's all he can run for. I mean, he'll gain points and stuff, but his bigger goal is to do well in each race, and that takes the pressure of your points battle. You've got Julian, myself, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it might be Morgan, just because he's so good, that are just turning point-wise. You're going back out there, fixing the car and keep running so you don't lose positions and try and stay in those point battles. Ron doesn't have that, and a couple others don't. Brandon doesn't have that. He can just let it fly.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if we're coming down to the closing stage of this race, and I'm looking at all the gaps between people, and it's looking like, oh, what the heck happened to Sean Williams? Oh, Sean Williams just got passed up, actually. Let's go check.
Sean is running that autism car.
And he was in the pits.
Is running very angry because he's had a couple instances, and he's doing that don't drive angry groundhog thing where he's overdriving it. He's just overdriving it.
Yep, I've done that many a time. I can very honestly admit plenty of times. But hey, he's not giving up. Right now he's right behind Brett, not by a large margin. It's only by a second or 2. So he's not out of it yet. I mean, for him to get past Brett, put himself back up into 7th would be great. That'd be a pretty solid finish if you ask me. A 7th place position is not too bad. Mooney, you're down 7 laps. Are you gonna get out there? Oh, okay, you just got out there. Okay.
I don't know where you're watching, but yeah, I'm turning laps and commentating because some of us can do that.
That's impressive. I can't. Oh, Porsche goes really wide, actually. Interesting. That means that Sean's got a really good chance to snap on Brett Elder. Let's see if he can get it done.
I see that it looks like you got the trade paints out there so that you can see all the wonderful paint schemes.
I do, and they look beautiful. They're very pretty. If I was to pick my favorite, I would either give it to Sean or Novotny's. Oh, speaking of Sean, he goes really wide through turn 5. Got on the dirt.
I don't know. I think
pretty easy there.
Admin car out there deserves points because it says admin. You gotta, respect the admin.
Are you talking about 88?
Yeah.
Does it actually say admin on it, or does it say admin?
Yes. It says admin car on it.
That's funny. Oh, it does. Official admin car. That's pretty funny. Oh, that's pretty good. Well, now, if Sean's losing time now, he is definitely overdriving. It's pretty obvious to see, like, I'm going on cockpit cam now, and that's the way that I can always see, like, how hard are they turning into these corners, how hard are they pushing on the gas, pushing on the brakes, and it's pretty obvious he's driving about as hard as he possibly can. He's maxing out track limits every single time. He's clipping
made
dirt.
A comment of not seeing the dash on it. You cannot see dash information watching someone else unless you're on their team, and it's a team event. So you'll just get a blank. You can see just the bare minimums.
Yeah, I can see his lap time and his RPMs. That's it.
Yep, you'll get that. That's the only thing that iRacing will let bleed over into just people watching.
Which is fair, because obviously they don't want people to be getting unfair
someone
amounts.
watching a stream and seeing what someone else is doing through the corners and going, hey, I can do better because I'm doing that.
Yep, exactly. Hey, one fun thing, we do have a little bit of a battle with 7 laps to go. Jeff Wyatt is now putting the pressure on Todd Schwartz. The 420 car, best number in the game so far, besides number 13, of course. I wonder who drives that car. Ooh, around the outside, but super wide. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Uh-oh, oh, there goes. In the pits, but takes out as many cones as he can, coming back out of it. Wyatt had a heck of a moment. He's alive, but that one's close. I was scared for him. But now he just lost so much time to Todd. So much time. Man, I know you're commentating and racing at the same time, but when you go and see that, you'll see exactly what I mean.
I'm actually looking forward to watching the race afterwards, so that'll be cool.
It was pretty close. It was very, very close. Sean's
you have to understand, Jeff is old, so he's probably trying to recover from a heart attack. He is one of the 2 founding members of Old Guy Racing, so
So he actually is trying to be one of the last man standing out here to make it to the end.
Correct.
Age-wise, yeah. You personally, you choose to drive the Corvette. Why do you choose to drive the Corvette?
Only because everyone else was doing well. I would prefer to do the Ford, but the Ford was lacking so much in iRacing updates for power and handling. It was just not good enough. So I migrated badges over to the Chevy.
Hold on one second. It looks like, oh my gosh, is Sean gonna try to make this happen? Oh my gosh. They are very much so close to each other. That's side by side to turn 17. Does Sean get it stuck though? So far he's stuck it. I think he's actually made it. Wow, what a heck of a move. Very kind of Brett. I don't know if he had to do that. He kind of yielded that position to the last corner. Now Brett's still fighting back. Brett not gonna take it totally lying down.
Oh no, Brett will fight back.
Yeah, he lost.
Smart to back off coming out of the corner and then charge and get him in a better spot.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to try to do exactly what got done to him. But now they've got the worry of Morgan Teggy coming up behind them, about to lap them for the first time.
If they're in a heated battle, Morgan will probably play nice and not mess it up, but try and also get around both of them.
I mean, it's incredible to see how fast Morgan's catching up to this battle. It's just, it almost is comical because of how quick he is. He's just so darn good, man.
Well, you put his speed and time down, and then they're battling. So they're losing time overall because they're trying to get a position.
Yeah, they're overdrive. Oh, in fact, that's the Porsche. Going ahead and letting Morgan Teggy through. Yeah, Brett just kind of let it happen right there, which I think was probably smart. But now he's losing tons of time to Sean.
Well, there could be a little strategy. You let Morgan go through, then you follow him in his tracks and catch the car that you're battling. Yep.
I was thinking that's probably what he's probably thinking too. Which would be definitely the best move to do at this current moment. Because Morgan's just, again, looking incredible. Like, his last lap, still only 1.5 seconds slower than his best lap. No, a half a second slower. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, man, this man.
He went out, got fuel, rebalanced the car, makes it feel comfortable. Tire wear is about the same.
Yep, and he's back on attack.
Yep.
That's absolutely incredible. I love watching people who are just masters of their craft going at it. And he is definitely one of those. We got 5 to go. Taking now passing through 4 to go. In the rest of this race here at Sebring. Check him out. Yeah, I think that strategy that Brett had as to let him go through, I don't know if it's going to pay off for him, because I'm looking at Teki Cam. Sean is not letting up in any way, shape, or form.
We got Teki Cam on this broadcast? Teki Cam?
Oh, look at that move. Yeah, I do call it Teki Cam. Whenever I'm going on somebody, I call it their cam.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he gets the special treatment.
Well, when you're leading.
What's that? Oh, speaking of a mistake, is that Brett Elder? That was a big mistake. That is Brett Elder. He went super far off. Let me go. Oh, what happened to him? Did he just miss brake? I think he did. We're going gyro cam. He's coming out towards the hairpin, around Big Bend. I think he may have just locked it going into the hairpin. Let's see what he did. Oh, it's a late break, and it's a lock. Yep, he just missed it. And he goes way wide, touches the grass, and he's done for.
I've done that in a couple of other series. It's almost smarter if you've late break that much. Just get it over to the asphalt on the far side and get back out.
Yeah, just stay out on the left, man. Like, honestly, it's really worth it. When I was trying to set my hot lap to have my filmed hot lap for the cast, it took me like an hour because I kept doing that to set a good time to even be comfortable showing it. And I'm still slower than, most of these guys. My fastest lap was like a 1:59.8. Barely cracked 2 minutes. Hey, Sam Henry, shoot me a DM and we can talk about it. Let's see if Ron Giovo can catch 10 seconds in 3 laps. Do you think it's possible? Anything's possible. But is it probable?
All you need is to gain a second, make the guy think, and have an incident. Them drive off, catch the grass, loop it.
Yeah, speaking of incidents, wow. That was Jeff White and Todd Schwartz. White actually making the position at the end of the Ullman Street through Sunset. So now Wyatt is in front of Schwartz, battling for 9th place between the two of them. They're going to go down probably to the very last lap. We only got 3 more to go. As soon as Teki passes the line, in about a minute, we'll be down to 2 left to go. Oh, these guys are going to go to the end. I know it. I was so happy that last week we had that battle to the very end. Oh, speaking of a problem, is that... No, I don't think it's going to be anymore. Todd Schwartz went wide through turn 5. Your biggest nemesis, Mooney. He got on the dirt, which...
Turn 5's a lot of people's nemesis. It's a tough corner to get back out of.
It's tough. And it's so tight through that 3, 4, 5 area. Like, you just have to nail it. And if you don't, like, it is so quick that you get bit. So quick. Speaking of people who are trying to bite, looks like Joe Fierro is trying to lap 2 cars. The 2 that are in the battle. You now have 2 laps to go. We're coming down to the closing stages. This is going to get tight. Can Wyatt end up staying in front of Schwartz? Or Schwartz going to fight back and get back up in it as he's being pressured by a car who wants to lap him? I don't know if he'll be able to make up this much ground now that he lost it after going wide. It's a big ask. Big ask. But he's looking pretty clean. I don't know about as clean as Jeff. Wyatt's looking pretty solid now. I think he realized he's in the lead of it. He doesn't really feel the pressure anymore. And he's putting down a lot cleaner laps in that Wyatt car. It's beautiful, the JNR Craftworks logo.
Oh, yes. The JNR does a lot of our trophies for the league. Yeah.
And he's the one that has... They're the ones that have the bounty trophy for Tegi, am I correct?
That is correct. They've put out $15 or personalized trophy.
Yep. And if it were me, I would take the trophy.
If no one gets it, Morgan gets it. in Sprint County.
Hey, that's pretty fair. That's fair as it gets. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go ahead and go on Teggy as he's just closing out these last 2 laps. Obviously just needs to finish. Doesn't need to do anything special, just needs to finish it and finish it well. Does Morgan upload to YouTube? I do see he has a YouTube logo on the back of his car.
I'm not sure how much he's done. I think he does, but I don't know.
He's actually
He has broadcasted a lot of the 24-hour stuff that they've done this year.
Oh, no way. You know, he's actually... I'm saying he just needs to finish and doesn't really need to go super crazy. But he's literally still pushing. Like, I just saw him getting squirrely. Like, he's still pushing. He does not care.
There's 4 or 5 drivers that get in a rhythm, and it doesn't matter. You get them, if they slow down to just cruise to the end,
It's incredible.
Messes their rhythm, and they'll wreck. So they won't do it. TJ Allman, he's one. He's got to do the same lap as fit, at his quick.
Wow.
Or it throws him out of whack, and he's in the wall.
Dude, he's just...
So maybe Morgan,
I think he might be one of those kinds, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. If you do take the rhythm out of him, then he's going to end up making more mistakes than if you didn't. And it says we have 2 to go.
Oh, I only have 2 laps to try and stay in front of Morgan so he doesn't lap me again.
You think you can? Oh, is that number 6? Oh, 6 in the wall. What happened to Sean on the last corner? Oh, he's going to have to dive into the pits. Let's see what happened to Sean. Oh, no. We're going to go on gyro cam for Sean. Uh-oh.
Did it not hold the track and slide out and smack the outside wall?
Oh, he just understeered like crazy. He hit the outside wall so hard. That car is dead. He can't even turn right anymore. Hardly at all.
I know the feeling.
Oh, that was a big hit.
That's why I'm in the broadcast booth with you.
That's
He did this similar thing.
That was a really big hit. Woo. If you were in that car in real life, you would be toast. You would be in a lot of pain.
You'll be back out there now going, yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, probably, honestly. With today's safety devices, absolutely. Speaking of which, I mean, like, you can see the crashes these days in some of these motorsports races, and how these guys walk out of it with nothing but bruises blows my mind.
It's still dangerous, though.
It is still dangerous.
Respect the safety gear. Respect the safety in the car.
Yeah, you have to. It's amazing how far the safety has gone. I mean, it is obviously still dangerous, but it is absolutely incredible to me how far safety tech has gone.
And they're still improving it every day.
I know. Amazing. There's Morgan Teggy coming around the final corner.
For 1 to go? No, last corner.
He's about to start. Want to go? I think that's checkered flag.
I just got a white flag. That might be his checkered flag. Yeah.
Morgan Teggy is the race winner. What a surprise. Said nobody really ever about Morgan Teggy winning that race. That was an absolutely textbook for him. We're going to go on Brandon Dooley picking up P2. Pretty darn solid performance from him.
I'm going to leave you here because you have more important people to talk to if you're interested. I'll let him know that.
Yes, please do. For whatever reason, it's not letting me drag people in. So if you could drag in Teggy, that would be incredible.
I will do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous race. That was fun, y'all. That was great. We've got Morgan Teggy up in first. We have Brandon Dooley in second, Joe Fierro in third, Dave Burgess in fourth, Julian Lockwood in fifth, Ron Giovo in sixth, Brett Elder in seventh, Jeff White in eighth, Todd Schwartz in ninth, Sean Williams in 10th after Sean Williams had a massive crash at the very end. Michael Mooney in 11th. What's going on, Sean? Sean, can you hear me? I see you're in the booth with me.
I had to switch to voice, not push to talk.
What's going on, guys? Brandon, hello there.
Hey, what's up, Eli?
Hey, Sean, I've got to ask you, what the heck happened?
Oh, I ran out of talent and ran out of tires.
Well, you didn't need both of those to finish races. That looked like a big crash. Did you just?
Yeah, I'm done. couldn't finish the last lap, so
It's tough, man. So
I'm done.
with you not finishing the last lap, does that mean that do you still score any points because you completed more than 95% of the race, or is that not applicable here?
I should, but it'll put me back to 10th or 11th place,
Yeah.
depending.
Well, Mooney was 7 laps down. It's an unfinishable
so
for him, so I think you would still stay in 10th.
10th, yeah.
So you might get a
Top
point.
10?
Yeah, it's still top 10. Exactly. Hey, Morgan.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Well done.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Absolutely you are. I'm not even slightly surprised, but did you ever stop pushing? Like, I was looking at your camera on the last couple laps, and I feel like you were going just as hard as you were on the first ones.
I was just trying to be consistent, and I've learned that sometimes if you slow down, then you start to not pay attention as much, and then my luck anyway, I usually hit stuff, and that screws me up.
Ah, that makes sense. I was wondering. I was like, I'm seeing this guy just push and push. I saw you get a little bit squirrely around a couple corners. I'm like, man, he's like 12 seconds ahead. What is he doing? You were probably more than 12 seconds ahead. I couldn't even tell at the end.
He was a little further than that,
It was
but
big,
yeah.
it was a big gap between you and
100%
Brandon.
agree. Yeah, 100% agree. If you even let up 5-8%, it just increases your chances for screwing up.
Yeah, me and Mooney were
Yeah.
talking about it, and he said, like, some people, they just get into this rhythm where if they start, trying to drive all safe, it'll end up kind of messing them up more. And it sounds like that's kind of how you feel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Hey.
especially the way the tires were. I mean, these cars were already sliding around like crazy, so it was just one moment of inattention away from spinning.
Yep. I was seeing that start to come to culmination at the very end with a couple other drivers too. One person I also want to talk to is Brandon. Brandon, it's another P2 2 weeks in a row. This time he didn't have to quite fight as hard for it in the last couple laps.
Yeah, same top three. We were just spaced out a hair more. I think I had 10 or 11 seconds to Joe this time instead of a tenth of a second.
Yep, it was a little bit different. We didn't see somebody on the dirt on the final corner, even though that technically is impossible here. But
yeah, I felt like he was in the Corvette. I felt like he had a little more straightaway speed, because he'd kind of reel me back in by a tenth or two on straightaways, but then we get into corners and I'd pull it back out.
which is funny because that's backwards of what was happening last
Road
time.
Atlanta, yeah.
Why do you think that
could be-
is?
Change the setup. So at Road Atlanta, I was running the setup for Road Atlanta. Here I'm running a different a Sebring setup, so from VRS. So maybe just something a little bit different between one versus the other. Not real sure.
Could be. Joe, what do you think? I see you just popped in here with me. Why do you think you had the better straight line speed today, but couldn't quite make it up in the corners?
I don't know. Maybe too much wing. But yeah, I think it was a little too much wing. The car was fast, but I was having a hard time, particularly on Sunset. If I entered too quickly there, I was sliding too much. So once I noticed the Brandon was a lot more consistent, I decided not to risk it and couldn't catch up.
Yeah, it's probably smart to not risk it too hard. I mean, I think that coming into 17, like Sunset, you're right. If you don't get that entry just absolutely perfect, you are, kind of setting yourself up for failure. As we saw a couple other drivers, have a lot of trouble there. One person I saw have a really great move through was, I want to say it was Bilson before he retired. And I think I also saw Giovo have a pretty sweet move in there too, but he just popped out of the party. Oh, hey, there's Ron. Look at that.
Yeah, how you doing, Eli?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Oh man, it was a battle. I was fighting myself the whole time.
Hey, you had somebody to fight. You and Morgan both.
Yeah, I was fighting myself more than anybody else, man.
Joe, I think I cut you off. You had something else to say?
Yeah, I did try different entrances on Sunset, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't keep up there, and the car was sliding a little much. Maybe I went too happy on the wing and to try to compensate for last week. Last week I was fast in the infield, but I didn't have the straight speed, and I guess I compensated too much.
Were you expecting that much of a difference in the way that the car was going to behave from last week to this week, or did it kind of catch you by surprise?
Not really. I mean, this track is one technical, but two, the surfaces are uneven
Terrible.
everywhere. So
They're terrible.
I think if someone with a good setup for all the bumpiness is gonna get us all day long. Well, with the exception of Morgan, just the speed of Morgan is just too much.
Yeah, Morgan could drive a tractor and still beat half of us, honestly.
I know.
Yes, I think he could.
Hey, Morgan, when iRacing decides to put trucks in the game, we'll make sure to give you one of those, and you just get to drive that, and the rest of us will drive normal people cars, and we'll see if we can still.
Next week he runs the GT3 car.
Perfect.
He's going to run the GT3 over at Road America, and the rest of us can be GTEs.
I think that's fair. I think that's what we call handicaps, or if you're a teacher in college, you call it the curve.
The curve.
That's the grading curve right there.
I'm gonna bring in my buddy Vax Verstappen next week and see what happens.
Max.
That's funny. He might make a move up the inside like
He's yeah.
And that,
He's like Max, but he's the COVID version.
that's pretty funny. Hey, Ron, I actually wanted to ask you what happened to you on the start, because I saw Ron qualify you 7th. You qualified 7th, right?
Yep, I jumped up to like
To 5th. And I was like, whoa, Ron, what a start. And then out of nowhere, you're on the grass acting like a lawnmower. And I'm like, what's he doing?
Yeah, well, there's this little piece of concrete coming off the hairpin where there's this little bump. And
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
There, apparently. I think Julian went out there before the race and rose that up about an inch. Because when I hit that, the car just turned sideways.
Ooh.
I was coming off the hairpin, coming back onto the straight, going down towards Cunningham, and boom, it goes around. So
And then
that was it.
When that happened to you, you lost 4 positions. You were down to, what, 9th, I want to say?
Yeah, I climbed back up and I hit the ice grass over on the exit of tower later on in the race.
But you were having a pretty sweet battle prior to that. It was cool, that little 4-way battle between it was you, Julian,
Bilson.
Bilson. That was fun.
Yeah, we were having a good time until everybody tried for the same real estate, and then it got all.
The 4 of us were 7, 8, 9, 10, and the tension was getting thick.
I felt it.
Well, David was right behind us. He saw everything. He saw the two of them get together, and he saw me hit the dirt.
Yeah,
and I went around. He went by them all.
I saw opportunity.
And you know what, David? That's all you need, because opportunity puts you in 4th place.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd rather be lucky than fast.
All day long. All day long. I'll always take luck over skill. Absolutely.
It was a great race. We had a lot of good battles out there.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
So hopefully fun for the fans, and
yeah, we had a pretty good amount of chat engagement. Everybody liked this one. This was a fun one.
How did we do on the fan vote?
Ron, you were the winner of the fan vote, actually.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, you did. You did win this fan vote. If we check out our poll, let's see by how much. You won 80% of the votes, with Adam only getting 20% of the votes.
Oh wow!
And
I don't know how I got them. I
yeah.
had a couple people. I called in a few friends to join the stream. I don't know how it worked out, but maybe it looks like it worked.
Oh yeah, I mean, it looks like somebody gave you a bunch of channel points. That's why. I wonder who. Oh, somebody, Alan Toast, a guy who's very regularly in my channel. He gave you some extra channel points, which means that moves your percentage up a lot higher. So
yay!
He must like you. However, Morgan, you got 0.
Oh, come on!
I know.
Yeah.
Big rough.
Morgan, I'm going to vote for you next week.
Don't worry, I'm my own #1 fan.
That's all you need. #1 fan and #1 race winner so far. You're absolutely dominating so far. Next race is obviously this coming Tuesday, a week from today, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific. I mentioned that because there's people in chat asking about the times. Before I head out of here and let you guys all go, is there anything else y'all want to mention about the league? Obviously, we got to give a big shout out to Grandpa's Kitchen for sponsoring this. And if you guys have any need for gluten-free flour, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have quite a few friends that have celiac, and they say it is a struggle and a half to find something good. So definitely give these guys some support. It's
good stuff.
It's really good stuff.
I'm working a deal. I'm trying to get some a little help for our fans too. I'm working a deal with them. We'll see when I can get that done. I'll let you guys know.
That'd be great.
I also wanted to let everybody know Big Wizard TV, which is where this will go after the broadcast.
Mhm.
It'll end up over there by tomorrow. You can watch it over there, live and in color, but recorded. Every time Big Wizard TV has a race on a stream, whether it's post race recorded or live, we are donating $5 to Autism Speaks. We're doing that all month long. This is worldwide. Autism Awareness Month is April. I just wanted to give a big shout out to those guys. Jump over there to autismspeaks.org, learn about it, find out what it is. It's amazing how much you can learn in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
More than I ever understood about it before. But Big Wizard TV is going to be putting out $5, and our league sponsor for Last Man Standing, that is Stair Fittings Inc. They are also matching Big Wizard TV's donation, so that's $10 a race, every race that comes up on the air all month long. So, and we do about six races a week on the air. So, it's not going to be a small amount. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
And if we can get it in early, I don't know how much they're going to raise, but there's a big charity out there that's actually doubling every donation on Autism Speaks website.
That's really cool.
Put up to $85,000 to
That's
match
awesome.
everything that goes in there. So
the links
really
to the links to check out for support. It's going to be www.grandpaskitchen.com for any gluten-free flour needs you guys have. Obviously, autismspeaks.com to learn about. Excuse me. Thank you. To learn about it and see if you can support for a really cool cause. And then it's stairfittingsinc.com. Am I correct?
It's orders.stairfittings.com.
Thank you.
Yep, you gotta have the orders in front. That'll show you the inventory.
Cool. Well, hey guys, thanks for jumping in here with me for the end of the race. I appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for being up here with us.
Yeah, Morgan,
Good
Sean,
job, Morgan.
Todd, Joe. Yeah, Morgan, well done. Keep dominating, man. Take that $15 home at the end of the year, and don't let anybody take it from you.
He's going to screw up one of these times more than 20 seconds worth, and I'm going to get him.
That's
what you need. Be right there too.
I just got to wait it out. Just got to wait it out. It's going to come.
What if in that race, not only you messed up, but also, not only Morgan messes up, but also you, Brandon, and Joe all messed up, and then Ron is just sneaking back there.
That's it,
ready
baby.
to go.
No, then I can podium.
That's right, John. Me and you, buddy.
That's funny. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
guys. Good
Later,
night.
y'all.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, hey, guys, that concludes our race here tonight at Sebring. That was super, super fun. I hope you guys had a great time. Morgan, obviously, with another win. That's 2 weeks in a row. That's so many out of the races he's done. I hope everybody has a beautiful night. Thanks again for jumping in. This has been super fun. Again, make sure you give some massive love to autismspeaks.org, to Grandpa's Kitchen, and to Stair Fittings. There may be something that you guys need, and who knows? Give them a look at. Mojo, you're right. Morgan is a winner name, and look at him just keep winning. Guys, I cannot wait to see you super soon. Let me go ahead and end the recording.